just spent way too much of my time writing part 2 to this Adrian and Silas story. We never touched until we did. So this is officially part 2, chapter 2, whatever. If you haven't seen or read chapter 1, I would highly recommend checking that out first. So, I'm just so into the storyline. I have so many ideas of where and how we could go with the story, but I am ready to get into chapter 2. I hope you are. I haven't, as of the time of me filming this, I'm filming this in the same day that I did the other one, so I haven't seen your guys' feedback about the first one. Don't know. Disclaimer going into this, it will be within YouTube's censorship, like what YouTube allows, but this will be a little spicy. So, going into it, just be aware of that. So, chapter 2, the first morning. Yeah, I had to process. I was like, did I title that chapter right? Okay, scene, morning. The tent glows faintly with cold blue light. Outside, camp noises stir. Boots in frost, muffled orders, distant clatter. But inside, stillness. Adrian's eyes opened before the sun fully rose. He was already stiff from lying too still, already regretting the decision to stay. Silas hadn't moved. Adrian internally. Damn it, he's still asleep. Good. He peeled away slowly. The wool shifted. The warmth vanished. Silas stirred but didn't wake. One arm slack above his head, curls loose over his brow. He looks softer in sleep. Adrian hated that was his first thought. Adrian hated that his first thought was that. Adrian internally, just the cold, just survival, or not. We didn't even do anything. He grabbed his coat, still folded from last night's failed pillow attempt, and stood, careful not to jostle the canvas. His boots were stiff with frost. As he laced them, he looked back once, only once. Then he left. Scene. A clearing not far from camp. Adrian kneels by a stream. He splashes water on his face, breath catching hard. Steam rises faintly from his skin in the morning chill. Adrian internally. You're being ridiculous. Men get aroused. It happens. Not pressed against another man's back, though. Not all night. Not without moving away. He clenched his jaw, scrubbing his face harder. Adrian, internally, I didn't do anything. He knows, though. Of course he knows. He always does. God, that smirk. Scene inside the tent later that morning. Sunlight breaks across the canvas in gold streaks. Silas stirs slowly, blinking against the light. The blanket's cold beside him. Silas internally. Gone. Didn't even wake me. Typical. He stretched, wincing slightly. Body still remembering how closely they'd fit together. How still Adrian had gone when... He stopped the thought. Silas internally. You were joking. You're always joking. It's just the war. But nerves don't usually press back. Nerves don't breathe that hard when they think you're asleep. Nerves don't stay. He swallowed. You're making things up. He was cold, that's all. Except He looked at the empty spot beside him. The blanket still held the shape. You didn't hate it. Neither did he. And that might be worse. Scene later that day. A scattered skirmish at the edge of the woods. Drills, smokes, shouts. Drills, smoke, shouts. The mundane rhythm of wartime. Adrian trains with the other soldiers. Musket steady, jaw tight, focus ironclad. But his eyes flick sideways now and then. Silas is across the line, laughing at something. Hands blackened with powder. He hasn't looked over once. Adrian's stomach coils. Adrian internally. Good. Let it die here. Except it doesn't. Not when their fingers had brushed. Not when his hips had shifted. And not when Adrian stayed. Scene, midday. Drill continues. Smoke clings to the trees like a bad omen. The ground is churned, mud and frost. Silas adjusts his grip on the musket. Breath visible in the cold. A joke at the sight of him earns a laugh. Not from Adrian, of course not, but from one of the others. Still, Silas's smile doesn't reach his eyes. Silas internally. Don't look. There's no need to look. You're not some schoolgirl scribbling his name on parchment. He adjusts his stance, listens to the captain bark commands. Reload, fire, repeat. His hands move on instinct. But his mind? Silas internally. He's not looking. Silas internally. He's not looking. Good. Maybe he's forgotten. Or maybe pretending to. Maybe I should too. But the memory flashes again. Warmth. Pressure. A breath too close to be nothing. He doesn't want it to mean anything. Which is probably why he does. His eyes flick over once. Just once. Adrian is wiping his brow with the sleeve, speaking low to another soldier, not looking his way. Adrian looks away quickly, too quickly. Silas internally. God, get a grip. Scene, late afternoon. Camp begins to settle, pots clang, firewood is stacked. Men trickle back to tents. Silas lingers at the edge, fingers flexing at his sides. He's not sure why he walked slower. He's not sure what he expected, but the tent is empty when he steps inside. Silas internally. Right, of course, he's still out. He crouches beside his pack, fiddling with the stitching on a spare glove, just to do something. Then stops, then sits, then lies back flat with a loud exhale and covers his face with both hands. Silas internally. He probably thinks it was a mistake. Hell, maybe it was. But it didn't feel like one. And maybe that's the part that matters the most. Maybe that's the part that makes it worse. He removes one hand from his face and stares at the canvas above. Silas internally. I didn't even mean to fall asleep. I didn't expect him to stay. I didn't expect to want him to. He sighs, then suddenly bolts upright, hearing boots in the distance. There's like really loud thunder in the distance, by the way, so if you guys hear thunder, it's not a motorcycle, it's thunder. Apparently it's gonna storm, I don't know. Anyways, he sighs, then suddenly bolts upright, hearing boots in the distance. Silas internally. Shit. What do I say? Nothing. That's safer. He sits straighter, wipes his hands on his trousers, and then tries, desperately, to look like he wasn't lying there replaying every second. Scene, the tent. Silas sits on the bedroll, half stiff, posture betraying nerves. Outside, approaching footsteps, steady, familiar. He doesn't move. The flap opens. Adrian steps in. His coat is half unbuttoned, boots muddy, expression unreadable, until it isn't. A corner of his mouth quirks. Adrian, God, you look like I walked in on you writing poetry. Silas stiffens. He blinks once, slow, then scoffs. Silas, don't flatter yourself. You're not that inspiring. Adrian raises a brow, shrugs off his coat. Then there's something almost casual about it. Almost. Adrian, you seemed off just now. A pause. Adrian, teasing. Not uncomfortable, are you? Silas's eyes narrow. Too fast, too sharp. Silas, no. Too quick, too loud. He lowers his voice. Silas, I'm not with you. The words hang in the air like gunpowder, just waiting. Adrian glances over, and now the bravado cracks, just slightly. Adrian internally, why did I say that? Why did I come in here like that? He looks away, tosses his coat onto a grate. Adrian internally, because you couldn't stop thinking about it. Because the second he looked at you on the field, your chest locked up. Because you thought maybe he'd say something first. He didn't, so you poked the wound. Silas, still watching, smirks. Brittle, but trying. Silas, what, afraid I've gone soft on you? Adrian snorts, something close to a laugh, something distant from ease. Adrian, you? Never. A beat. Silas, grinning now, false bravado slipping in. Shame. You would have liked to win twice. Or shame would have liked to win twice. Adrian, you didn't win once. Silas, didn't I? They lock eyes. Silence. A flicker of something neither of them can name. A flicker of something neither of them can or will name. Then Adrian moves, sits down across the tent, not quite facing him. Adrian, don't say it. Don't ask what he meant. If you do, you'll have to answer what you meant. They sit in silence. The tension softens into something nearly bearable, until the blanket between them, folded from the night before, catches Silas's eyes. He clears his throat loudly. Silas, so, frost is setting in tonight. Adrian, not looking. Yeah. Silas, guess we'll have to huddle again. Adrian, flatly. Guess so. Neither of them moves, but neither of them says no. Scene, later, the candle burns slower. Their voices quieter now. The world outside is still. Adrian stands, shrugging off the last layer of his uniform, trousers, folded into a military precision. Even now, he's down to his shirt, the hem hitting mid-thigh. He moves like he's trying not to draw attention, but in the flickering light, there's still no hiding the shape of him. Silas doesn't look, except he does. Only once, and only for a second too long. Silas internally, he's built better than I thought. Lean, Strong? You could bruise on those hips. Christ, don't be stupid. It's the war. It's the cold. It's nothing. He turns away and starts undoing his own trousers, casually, like it's routine, like it's not a fucking performance in restraint. Adrian sits down on the bedroll first, carefully pulling the blanket up around his legs. Eyes front, shoulders tense. Adrian, internally, don't look. You don't need to look. It was a mistake last night. Just one. He didn't bring it up. That means it didn't matter. It's fine. Just don't let it happen again. Silas joins him, dropping beside him with a grunt, half exaggerated. Silas, grumbling low. Hope to God the captain doesn't have us marching before that early again. My knees feel like they belong to someone twice my age. Adrian huffs, a half smile hiding in his breath. Adrian, you whine more than half the men combined. Silas, mock offended. I do not. I observe dramatically. Adrian exhales again. This time, a breath closer to laugh. A real one. Adrian internally. He's funny. He shouldn't be, but he is. They settle beneath the blanket, careful not to touch. At first. Silas internally. He's warm. You can feel it. Even without contact. If you just shifted your knee even a little. No, you're not that fool. Silas, softly. You sleep all right last night? Adrian doesn't answer immediately. Adrian, eventually. Silas, same. A pause. Silas, grinning. Maybe we should put up a curtain. You snore like a dying ox. Adrian, deadpan. You didn't complain when I was keeping you warm. A beat. Then both of them freeze. The silence is loud. Silas, carefully. Didn't think you remembered. Adrian, still not facing him. I didn't say I forgot. Neither of them moves. The candle flickers again, threatening to go out. Adrian internally. That was too much. Too familiar. Why the hell did I say that? Silas internally. He remembers that look on his face this morning. Maybe it wasn't shame. Maybe it was... No. Stop. Silas shifts just slightly beneath the blanket. His bare thigh brushes against Adrian's. They both go still. Again. Adrian quietly. Good night. Silas, just as quiet. Yeah. Night. They lie there, close, not touching. The tension between them is as tight as a drawn bowstring, and neither of them is sure how long they can hold it. Scene. The candle dies. Darkness blooms. Only breath and heartbeat remain. The cold hits sharper now, crueler without the flame's glow. Adrian shifts beneath the blanket, dragging it higher, shoulders tensing against the chill. Silas moves too, subtly inching closer. Their legs touch, then thighs, then hips. No words, just the weight of breath thickening in the silence. Adrian, internally, too close, but he's warm. He's so warm. God, please, just don't. His hand moves before his mind catches up. Fingertips land on Silas's hip bone, bare skin, hot under his palm. It's instinct, like last night, familiar, but this time, Silas doesn't flinch. Adrian internally, shit, too far. Don't move. If you move, it's real. If you move... Oh God. Adrian shifts just slightly, but it's enough. Enough that his thigh presses firmer into Silas's. Enough that Silas feels the tension coil in him. Unmistakable now. And Silas exhales, slow, almost amused. Silas, low, barely above a whisper. I let it go last night, but if you keep touching me like that, a beat, you're gonna have to do something about it. Adrian freezes. Adrian internally, say something. Don't say it. Say anything. But nothing comes. His lips part, but no sound. Silas turns his head slightly. His voice velvet sharp. Silas, what's wrong? Didn't think I'd noticed? You're already halfway there. Might as well win again. He shifts, pressing back, hips meeting hips. Adrian stifles a sound, not a word, just need. Silas, taunting, but tender. Go on then, take me. Adrian swallows hard, his hands still on Silas's hip, knuckles white. Silas turns fully now, catching what little light there is. Silas whispered, but serious. When you do, don't hold back. I'm not going to break. And that's it. That's the spark. Adrian's mouth finds Silas's shoulder first. A breathless, a frantic kind of reverence. Fingers grip skin, pulling, grounding. Silas gasps, not out of fear, but want. Hands tangle, bodies press. The blanket shifts, forgotten. There's nothing careful about it now. No slow unfurling, just urgency, like they've been holding a match over gunpowder for too long. It builds, too fast, too much. Adrian, breathless, voice cracking. Oh God, Silas, I'm sorry, I'm going to. Silas, desperate, wrecked. Yes, please. And then, silence again. Except for breath. Except for hearts pounding like war drums in the stillness. Scene after. The blanket has settled. The air is warmer now. Not from the candle, but from them. Their breathing slows. The silence isn't heavy this time. It's stunned, reverent. Adrian lies on his back, eyes fixed on the ceiling he can't see, chest rising and falling too fast, like he's still trying to outrun what just happened. Silas stays close, shoulder against shoulder now, bare skin brushing, faintly sticky with sweat and confession. And then, Silas, soft, smug, see? Told you I'd win again. Adrian lets out a dry, stunned breath, almost a laugh. Adrian, flatly, I don't think you understand how winning works. Silas tilts his head, smirkling lazily in the dark. Silas, I got what I wanted. Sounds like winning to me. Adrian, I got what you wanted. A pause. Silas, touché. Another beat. Then something shifts, gentler. Adrian's hand is still resting near Silas's side, not holding, just there, like it hasn't figured out what to do now. Adrian, quiet, almost ashamed. I'm sorry. Silas turns his head, that gets his attention. Silas, for what? Adrian, for doing that? For wanting it? For liking it? Silas, firmer now, no hesitation. Don't be. I'm glad you did it. I'm glad you did. Adrian doesn't answer, but he doesn't move away either. Silas internally. God help me. He was ruthless. It wasn't soft. It wasn't sweet. It was like being claimed. I thought I'd be afraid of that. But all I can think about is doing it again. What is that? It should feel wrong, but it doesn't. Not with him. Not like that. He could have broken me, but he didn't. He saw me and took me anyways. Adrian internally. What the hell did I just do? I wasn't supposed to want that. I wasn't supposed to take him. And yet, his voice, his hands, the way he said please. God, he didn't push me away. He didn't regret it. Why don't I? Why does it feel like I'd do it again? Like I want to. They lay in there in silence, not speaking, but not pretending like it didn't happen either. Eventually, Silas rolled slightly, just enough to let his head rest near Adrian's shoulder, like he's not thinking about it, like it's normal. Adrian doesn't move. His heartbeat is finally slowing. His mind is not. Silas, murmuring, almost asleep. Don't hold back next time either. Adrian, after a long pause. Next time. Next time? Silas just smiles, the kind of smile you can feel in the dark. Scene fades with the sound of steady breathing. One of them asleep, the other still staring into the dark, unsure if this is the beginning of something or the start of their undoing. I'm just having so much fun with this story, where it's going, and I'm very excited about it. I've really been enjoying myself. Hopefully you guys enjoy it as well. And yeah, let me know what you think down below. Hopefully at least one of these parts will be up before I record the next part. And anyways, let me know what you think down below. And I hope you guys enjoy listening/reading this as much as I do. I think I'm going to probably put a link. No. I don't know. Anyways, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you later. Actually, let me know if you want me to figure out how to get the part of the story that I'm reading on the screen while I read it. I don't know how I would do that, but that probably would be pretty easy to do. I don't know. Let me know, and I'll see you later.